Bonjour tout le monde. Hello everybody. So today of course is the French lesson for the day. So thank you Daddy Bella for coming in earlier. I saw that you were there. But I'm sure you're not here now. And thank you to Taylor's family and to Estelle as well to show up for showing up, Estelle Family TV. Thank you guys for showing up and being here even for just a moment. So, of course, today we are going to continue with our French lesson. So, today we're just going to do a quick little review. Well, look who's here. Hello, hello, Lascious Journey. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I know you said you were busy and occupied with work and family, excuse me, and all of that good news. So, glad to see you here, Lascious, and I hope you're not overworked and underappreciated because I know that you're a busy woman with all those streamlines and money coming in and out and all that. But I'm glad that you're here and taking a moment to be here with me today. So, of course, like I said, we are going to continue with our quick little French lessons. So, today it's going to be a quick little live, nothing too major. So, we're just going to quickly review a couple of things, and that's about it. So, it's not going to be a huge, big French lesson, but we are going to have a French lesson anyways. I'm just going to get the music going in the background because I noticed it's a little too quiet, a little too quiet for my taste. I have gotten accustomed to having music playing around in the background. So let's get some music going here. Hello, hello again, Taylor. I'm so happy that you're still here with us. So let me know, guys, if the music is too loud or too low, but I think it should be just right. So, hello, everybody, and thanks again for being here. So we're gonna get to it. Our quick little lesson. Like I said, it won't be a very long live. Excuse me. Maybe 20, 30 minutes at most. We're just gonna go quick little lesson, couple little things, and get going. But if you guys have any suggestions or ideas or thoughts on what I should talk next, particularly when it comes to the arts or horror movies, things like that, don't be shy and let me know. I do take suggestions. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it for sure, but I'll at least take it into consideration. So hopefully you guys have some ideas. I was recently proposed to do a videos on Latin American artists. So if you guys were there for my Spanish lesson on Saturday, you guys saw the first edition of that. I will repost just the element about the artists themselves on a separate video. That is a video to come up. So you guys won't miss anything. So don't worry if you can't show up to every single one of my lives. I will try to clip and take out some of those important parts and make it its own separate thing. So I'm just going to quickly put in my nice little video of my little intro, and then we're going to get started on the French lesson right after that. So we'll be right back after these quote unquote commercial breaks. And we're back. So we're going to get into the French lessons right now. So, of course, we're going to start off with the typical greeting that people would say when they are, of course, meeting each other for the first time, either ever in their lives or the first time that day. So, of course, it is bonjour, comment ça va? So, of course, hello, how are you? So that's what you would say when you meet somebody for the first time. Either, it could be a long term friend that you haven't seen in a while, maybe it's somebody you just got introduced to, etc. You would say, bonjour, comment ça va? Hello, how are you? And of course, you or the person that's responded to you um, answers. I'm just going to change something because I just realized my background is still the background from what I did my reading yesterday. So I'm just going to take a half a second to change that now. So please, give me, guys, give me a moment here. I'm just going to change the background. We're just going to put it to this. And there we go. Okay, so there we go. You guys can't see it because I'm blocking, but it is a GIF and it is moving, so that's why you see the top part there moving, but nothing else. So yeah, all right. So obviously, like I was gonna say, obviously the person that you ask, "Hello, how are you?" Will respond, or if it's you, this is how you're going to respond. You're gonna say, "Je vais bien." I'm doing well. So if you get asked, "Bonjour, comment ça va?" you would respond, "Je vais bien." Or if you want another way of responding, you would go, "Je vais très bien aujourd'hui et toi?" I'm doing well today, and you? Because obviously you want to know how they're doing as well. All right. So, "Je vais très bien aujourd'hui et toi?" I'm doing very well, and you? All right. So that's if you wanted to respond to that person. Alrighty. So let's continue here. What else? So I'm just revising a few other things of French lessons that we saw before. So how would you ask where something is? Like, where is this city on a map, right? Let's say you've never been to Canada, you don't know all the cities and where they are. Canada is, after all, the second largest country on the planet. There's literally only Russia that's larger than Canada. So there's a lot of cities that a lot of people think all these cities will be right next to each other. When no, there's quite some distance apart of a lot of cities. There's quite distance. For instance, if you want to go from Toronto to Montreal or Montreal to Toronto, you're looking at about 5 6 hours, maybe more, depending on how fast you drive to get from one of those cities to another. A lot of people think Montreal, Toronto, we're right next to each other. No, we're not really. It's quite a few hours of drive. So how would you ask? Well, where's Toronto from here? Where's Montreal here? Where's Halifax? Where's this? Where's that? Right? How would you say? How would you ask somebody where a city is on the map? Right? So the quickest and easiest way to do that is, of course, you can integrate. You can just do it a little bit differently, but here in this case, Ingrid, où est Halifax? Ingrid, where's Halifax? Right. So that second word, that oh with that funny little accent on it, that's where. That's the word where. Où est Halifax? Okay. um, so that's how you would ask somebody, well, where do I find this city, right? Obviously they'll probably have a map out and you show them, and okay, Halifax is over here, Halifax is over there, etc., etc. Obviously you don't have to say the person's name, so you don't have to say Ingrid or Lash's Journey or whatever. You can just say où est Montréal. All right, so what I would suggest to say the person's name or to ask, right? So this is from a previous lesson as well. And of course, here in Canada, there's more and more importance placed on being recognizant of the trials and tribulations of the First Nations and a lot of what they've been through. So, of course, a lot of museums now are recognizing that fact and are saying, well, we recognize the fact that our city or museum is on non-seceded land. So it's to, like I said, recognize the fact that in many cities or countries, a lot of the land that's there uh, is technically, not all, but a lot of it is tribal land technically, and was obviously pre-colonial days, was part of the territory of many uh, Native Americans tribes. So obviously a lot of museums are, have that as sign or have as part of their mandate to recognize Native Americans and their importance in our history and the things that we've been through, right? So this is one of them where it was a video as part of the museum where they're trying to teach and integrate the excuse me, the Native American culture, and really trying to be sure that we recognize how difficult life was for the natives when the first colonials came in. So in this particular video, it was talking about how for many generations, you would know who your grandparent was, your great grandparent was, who your great grandparent. You knew the history, you knew your lineage. It was taught from generation to generation. Nowadays, we're in the information age. Everything's on Google. Oh, I don't know what this is. Oh, just Google it. I don't know what that is. Just Google it, right? But yet, many people, and this is the same for a lot of people, not just Native Americans, right, where they don't know who their grandparent is. They don't know who their parent is, right? Here in Canada, we had schools where, unfortunately, far too many First Nations children were literally ripped from their parents and would be sent to these schools, and they didn't know who their brother was, their mother, their father, none of that. All that history was just taken away. They were forced to not learn their language, not aware of their Native American culture and clothing and colors and so forth, and all that was forgotten. So in this video, it's like trying to reconnect people with our past and to really get people to reconnect. So this is, one of the opening lines from that video. So um, so the first line was this: what if an entire community of people was photographed but never identified, right? So that's what happened for a long time. You'll have these pictures from the late 1800s, early 1900s of First Nations, of the Europeans coming in, and there'll be hundreds and thousands of pictures taken, but yet unless it was somebody famous or well known, you'd have no idea who that person was. There'd be no way of tracking. There was no way of keeping track. It's not like nowadays where you can go on Google and just tag the person and say, "Oh, this is she stole my thunder. This is this person. This is that person." There's no way of knowing. It wasn't. A lot of times photos had to, like, you had to handwrite at the back of it. Okay, this is the Stewart family. This is the Estelle family. This is the Taylor family. But there's many Taylor families. There's many, so which one, So there was a lot of time no way of identifying who these people were. And it's not like you can do DNA tests through a picture, right? So it's obviously very difficult to keep up. Hello, James. How you doing? I'm hoping you're doing well. So thank you for joining me today. Obviously, today, as you can see, I am doing my French lesson. I was just given a little bit of a backstory on the line that you just saw here. It is from a video that was talking about the importance of heritage and culture and passing it down from one generation to the next, and in particular, that struggle that First Nations have or had for a very long time to keep their culture and identity, because for many, they were literally ripped from their family and torn apart and not able to practice their culture and religion, etc. So we're going to translate this line into French. So how do you say, what if an entire community of people was photographed but never identified? So it's going to be a long sentence, but we'll go through this slowly but surely. And after this, we're going to stop. So it's like I said before at the beginning, it's not going to be a very long live. As you guys know, I don't do very long lives anymore. I don't have the time or patience anymore as much as I would like to, but I really try to get to the point, say what I got to say, and then head on out. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So uh, this is how you would say it. So this is the sentence that I just translated. What if an entire community of people was photographed and never identified? So how would you say that in French. So I'm going to say it once in the normal tempo, how I would say it if I was just talking to somebody in French, but we will go through this together slowly but surely as the saying goes. Et si une communauté était photographiée mais jamais identifiée? So, what if an entire community of people was photographed and never identified? So, hello, hello, Bernard. How you doing? I'm so glad to see you. Thanks for coming back. I know that you were here yesterday, but I haven't seen you in quite a bit. I know that you've probably been busy, like so many of us on YouTube. YouTube is, of course, not the center of our lives as much as we enjoy it. We both, of course, and a lot of people here, we have a lot of other things other than just YouTube to worry about, obviously. So thank you, Bernard, for being here and taking a few moments out of your time to be here. And thank you, of course, James, as well, for being here as well. So, of course, how do I say this sentence? So I'm going to repeat it again one more time, just at my normal tempo, and then I'm going to take it down slowly but surely so that you all understand. Oh yeah, the heat here too in Montreal. I know there's quite a big distance between where you live and where I live. Here in Montreal has also been hot as hell. I I definitely don't want to be one of those going out there and working outdoors and working in this heat is not a fun day to be working outside. So I'm glad I get to be a nice cushy office job with air conditioning because yeah, working outside in this heat, I'm definitely not one of those that's in a rush for those jobs right now. So I'm just gonna give you a moment. I'm just gonna cough for a second. All right, back with you guys here. All right, so we're gonna break down the sentence. We're gonna say the first three words that you see on screen. So how do I say that? Et si tout, right? Et si tout, and if all, right? So tout, that third word is all. So as you can probably know, in French, objects and people are gendered. Okay, once something is gendered, you have to obviously conjugate in consequence, right? So tout here is being conjugated with community because the community is feminine. So yes, even a concept as well, because community is to some degree a conceptual thing. So it's being conjugated with a feminine idea. So you would add the e at the end of all. So tout une. So all is tout. So because tout is being conjugated with community, that for that fifth word, it has to also be conjugated. So if you were talking about multiple communities, you would have to add es at the end because you're talking about multiple female ideas, right? So you have the idea of not only gendered, but obviously things are plural as well. So it's important in French to always ask, what do I conjugate this word with? Because it might make a difference as to how that word gets spelled. So that's why sometimes you'll see tout or all. Okay, so that third word, tout. Sometimes you'll just see it as tout. Sometimes you'll see it as in this case with an e at the end. Sometimes it's going to be es. Sometimes it's going to be tous, etc. Because there's again conjugated with different things, right? So, and there's also even the idea if it's two as in the universal, like everything, then you have to leave it as masculine and maybe even capitalized. All right. So I'll say the first three words again. Et si tout, and we'll go with the next two words. Une communauté, a community. But again, because community is feminine, the word une or a also has to be conjugated in relation to community. Because again, we're talking about community. We're not talking about me. We're not talking about a man. We're talking about a community. So because toute une, so all a is being in a relationship with a community, they're related to that community. They both have to be conjugated based on community. So Et si toute une communauté, so if all a community était photographié, so was photographed, right? So was, of course, uh, now obviously you're gonna ask, well, why is était spelled I-E-T and not I-E-E? Well, obviously, there's also the rules of I after E and all that stuff where you can't put an E at the end or what have you. So that's part of why it's T. So it's you're still conjugating était or was with community, but obviously you can't put certain letters together in French, just like you can't put certain letters together like you do in English. So it's still being conjugated with community, but obviously, okay, photographier. So, et si une communauté était photographiée? So, as you can see, photographier is conjugated with community. And then the last three words, mais jamais identifié, but never identified. Identifié is not a verb, so it doesn't get conjugated, it stays as is. So that's how you would say this entire sentence in French. So if I wanted to translate, what if an entire community of people was never photographed? You would translate it to this. Et si toute une communauté était photographiée mais jamais identifiée? So this is basically the presentation of the French lesson for today. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it and had a good lesson. So I'm not going to end right away. I'm just going to share a little video with you guys, and then after the video, it will end. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you guys learned a few things. I'm just taking a second to find the video that I need. And don't worry, it is one of my own videos, so I don't have to worry about copyright or anything else like that. And where is it? Where is oh yeah, here. So this is a video that I did talk about yesterday, but just in case one of you guys missed it, I hope that you guys will check it out. Now, hello, self-care official. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the thumbs up, and I hope you're doing well. So self-care, this is technically the end of the video, but the good news, you didn't miss everything. And the video I'm going to play is a 4 minute and 50-second video. So if you want to stay with me for that time, great, fantastic. But if you want to get going, no worries. But after this video, I will end the live, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you enjoy this video I made. It is one of my own videos, so I don't have to worry about copyright. It is about a Armenian photographer by the name of Yusuf Kirsch. And I hope that you guys enjoy it. It's 4 minutes and 50 seconds, and it is going to be the end of my live after this video plays. So thanks, guys, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for taking a moment to spend a few minutes learning French with me. So here's the video, guys, and I hope you enjoy it.